Peace and love. It's yours truly, Nefer Peacock, coming to you again on May 10th, answering another question that I have in my inbox. And it's about how do I win at life? Like, there's so much I want that, for my relationships, my kids, my children, just overall, I want to win. I'm ready to win. How do I win? And why do I keep hitting roadblocks? Or perhaps, how do I even get started? Because, as I always tell you, anything that you want is available to you. You just got to know the formula in which how to get it. I'm going to give you one simple ritual practice to do. Everything you do is a ritual, so don't get spooked out. Some people are like, I'm not trying to do none of that weird stuff. It's a very simple ritual. The question is, if you're not keeping your promises to yourself, how are you able to keep your promises to others? And have you even made promises to yourself? And if you have, why didn't you keep them? Let's do this ritual. It is still a full moon. However, you don't have to do it with the full moon. If you're watching this video many months, many years down the line, it's okay. You can do it at any time. However, it's an amazing idea to do this ritual during a new moon or a full moon. In order to know what you want, in case you don't know, you have to know what you don't want. But you don't want to focus on what you don't want. You only want to focus on what you want. Because if you focus on what you don't want, you're going to get more of that. So if you're like in a relationship, you're like, I don't want this, and I don't want that, and I don't like that, or not in a relationship, like, well, I don't want no man that does this, or I don't want no girl that does this, I don't want no, and not wondering why he's popping up is because you keep saying what you don't want, right? So let's focus on what we want. Get a pen and really hold yourself accountable, because whether you have $1, no money, a house, sleeping on your friend's couch, whatever your situation may be, from financially independent to working a dead-end job that you hate, if you have nothing at all and you're at rock bottom and everything seems to be going wrong, stop, be still, and promise. Get a pen. On the top of that piece of paper, the first thing you write is, I promise to keep my promises to myself, because my word is the only thing I have. And words are so powerful that if only you have is your word to your name right now, with your words, you can cast spells. That's why they call it spelling, that will create your life. So on the top of the paper, I promise to keep my promises to myself. You can compartmentalize them. You can say, this is my promises to myself in terms of relationship. This is my promises to myself in terms of love. These are my promises to myself in terms of health. These are my promises to myself in terms of money, right? Because there's so many different, these are my promises to myself in terms of spirituality. I promise to make time to at least meditate 5 minutes a day. I promise myself to make time where I go for a walk on Wednesday afternoons. You know what I'm saying? Because you can make time. It just is about organizing things. A lot of times things don't get done because people don't organize it. I promise to myself that I will eat better, And if you have that, if that's one of your issues, don't look at terms. Don't look at it like, oh man, I can't eat that. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I'm on a diet. No, look at it in terms of my lifestyle. I love to eat healthy. I love to eat healthy because of how it makes me feel, how it makes my body look, how it makes me glow and vibrate, In terms of relationships, I promise to stop what? I promise to stop overgiving. I promise myself to stop whatever it is you're doing, or not even to stop something. Let's change that. Instead of saying what you want to stop, because that is saying what you don't want. I promise to do whatever it is that you've been doing that you don't want to do, promise yourself to do the opposite. So if you've been eating bad, don't say, I promise to stop eating bad. No, I promise to start eating healthy. Make a list of these promises, right? Get it real clear, If you have parchment paper, it's even more magical if you write it on parchment paper, which is like that resume paper. If you don't worry about it, If you want to be really creative with it and more magical with it, if it's money, write it with a green pen or a green marker. If it's love, write it with a red pen or a red marker. You can write with a regular pen, it's still because it's about your intention that you're setting. It's about these promises that you're making. And you put those promises up where you're always looking at them, pin it up in your room, where you see it every single day, whether it's right by your bed, wherever you look every day, whether it's on your refrigerator, whether it's by your mirror, or you can make little sticky notes where you're sticking these sticky notes all over your house, and every time you look somewhere, you're seeing another promise to yourself. If it's related to food and health, those sticky notes in the kitchen. If it's related to love, put those sticky notes by your bed, by your nightstand, if you're in a relationship, print out a picture. You can take a picture of you and your lover, or if you already have one, send it to CVS. You can actually take your cell phone and plug it in, pull one right off of Facebook to the CVS machine. It's 50-some cents to print out a picture. It's $1 at the dollar store to get a frame. Put that picture in a frame next to your bedstand and put all these sticky notes around it. Put a little red candle right next to it, and a white candle right next to it. Light them and recite these promises. Maybe it's something that you could do with your lover. If it's finances, get you a green candle. If you want a green pen or whatever, doesn't have to be, it can be regular pen, write that down, put it next to a green candle and a white candle, light it, and then recite your promises to yourself for finances and what you're attracting, okay? You do these rituals for 7 days. Make sure you do it every day for 7 days and watch miracles happen in your life, okay? Now, after the 7 days, do you get rid of the list? No, you leave the notes or the list out so you can see them, and you always look at it and always recite it, because they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. And the most successful people know it's not what you do every now and again, but what you do every single day over and over again repetitively that gets the best results. Even like, for example, the movie The Secret. I've watched The Secret maybe 300 times. Same thing with some of the books I read. I read them maybe like 50 times. They say if you read 2 to 3 books on a certain subject for a year, 2 to 3 books on the same subject once a month, maybe 2 books, you become an expert in that field within a couple of years. It's amazing, right? So without even getting a degree in it. So because they say the average person only reads 1 book a year. For those of you who don't like to read, it happens, or feel like you don't have time to read, or when you do have time to read, you don't feel like reading. I make these videos for you, sharing this information, so all you got to do is look at the videos. But that I share from books that I've read, and information that I know works, that has been, applied in my own life and in many others. If you want to be great like other people, you study what they did, to achieve their greatness. So, write those promises down. Promise to yourself to keep your promises, because if you can't keep your promises to yourself, what good are you? You can't keep promises to anyone else. And you owe it to yourself to give yourself your dream life, your best life. You're creating this, you're creating all of this. Everything that you're experiencing, you're creating it. So it's time to change it. Because all of us can always do better in any or every area of our lives. So do those rituals. If it's happiness, burn you a yellow candle. If you want more peace, burn you a white candle, and do things that make you happy. If listening to certain songs make you really happy, then I promise to myself to listen to this music and dance to this music, at 5 o'clock on Monday afternoons. That's my ritual. That's what I do. It makes me feel good. If the beach makes you peaceful, I promise to take the time out to, on Sunday mornings, go see the sunrise on the beach. If writing makes you feel good, I promise that no matter what, I'm going to pick up my pen, whether something comes out or not. You know what I mean? Do what makes you vibrate higher in every area of your life, and make these promises to yourself, because the time is now, baby loves. I love you. As always, if you have any questions about anything, you could always write me on Facebook, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Snapchat or Instagram. It's Nefer Nubia, Nfr Nubia on both, and also on Twitter. But yeah, man, I'm here for y'all. It's time to win. It's time for us to get it. There's no such thing as not living your best life and having everything that you want. You deserve to have everything you want. And all you gotta do is know what your promises are to yourself. Keep your promises, be happy, be merry, and make it happen. I'm here for you. Have any questions, concerns, anything you want me to talk about on Ask Nefer Nubia? I'm here. One love, namaste, peace, and happy full moon as well.